Hi, everyone. I just finished the Piers Morgan show, and what a show it was. It was nuclear. You know, Cenk Uygur and I recently had a debate after killing each other on the Piers Morgan show, and it's hard not to fight him because you'll hear in a second. But we debated at Oxford like 3 months ago live, and it was it was combative, but we shook hands afterward, and I posted pictures of us shaking hands, and hundreds of thousands of people said how nice it would be to see that conciliation. So I thought that he would, okay, I know he hates Israel. I never believed that he had gotten 1,000 times worse. Today, he actually called me a Nazi. I'm not making this up, a German Nazi on the air. And I even said to him nicely, I said, Cenk, I don't hate you. You should really take that back here on the air because you've just destroyed your credibility forever. If you're calling a rabbi who's a father of 9, grandfather of 12, who praises Islam all the time and whose problem is only Islamism, the violent, fraudulent Islam that's destroying the great religion of Islam, and thanks my Muslim brothers and sisters day and night for everything they did for Jews when we were expelled from Catholic Spain 1492, Catholic Portugal 1503. I got all the halal meat for our Arab students when I was at Oxford. I could go on. If you're calling me a Nazi, your credibility is shot, and he wouldn't take it back. He called me a Nazi. Piers Morgan went on and on and on about how Israel has killed more civilians, orders of magnitude. And I told him Israel has a 1-to-1 or 1-to-5 civilian to combatant death ratio in this war. And even that 1-to-1, which is the lowest in the history of urban warfare, understand. American Fallujah was 1-to-4. Churchill during the Second World War was 1 civilian for every 5 combatants, okay? No, sorry, 5 civilians for every 1 combatant. I asked him, so does that make Churchill a war criminal? He wouldn't answer. And Pierce is always the one that says, oh, you won't answer. So I asked him again and again. I said, right outside Parliament, there's a giant statue of Winston Churchill, considered the greatest British statesman of all time. Do you call for it to be taken down? This enormous statue. He bombed. I said, and you can't say it was the technology at the time. Churchill only bombed at night when he wouldn't risk his RAF pilots. He said he will never. Roosevelt only bombed during the day. America did precision daytime bombing with something called a Northern Bomb Sight. That's why America killed far less civilians when they bombed the German cities. That was not Churchill, who sent 850 Lancaster bombers like over Dresden at the end of the war that killed 25,000 Germans, and half of them were children in a single night. But he wouldn't call Churchill a war criminal because he doesn't want to be fundamentally honest about it. But you got to watch it tonight because Cenk Uygur, unfortunately, is off the reservation. He said he's not an anti-Semitic, he's only anti-Israel. And yet then he said, AIPAC owns America, anti-Semitism. He said, why should my tax dollars, you people are getting my tax dollars to go and kill Palestinians, you people as American Jews, not Israelis. He's not an anti-Zionist, he's an anti-Semite. I kind of mourn because we had a much more civil debate in Oxford. Maybe he feels he has to perform, but even so, he actually called me a Nazi. Watch the show today. God bless you guys.